criteria of a test selection. In fitness testing and evaluation, we should be able to choose which are the tests that will be suitable to measure the fitness components specifically, right? This criteria is very important so that we are really measuring the fitness, not simply pick it based on the availability or the non-relevant reasons, right? So this is the overview of this chapter: criterion reference, norm reference, validity, reliability, and objectivity. So what is a good test, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, before you select a test, please do consider this: whether the test is criterion reference measurement or norm reference measurement. And the criteria of a good test, it should be valid, reliable, objective, and administrative feasibility. So a good test will depend on this consideration. Okay, let us go one by one. What are the terms indicate? The first one, criterion reference measurement. Okay, by this, individuals or the testee are expected to perform at a specific level of achievement. So it is a situation in which a competitor must achieve a predetermined standard or score. Okay, there are some criteria in indicating based on the measurement that we give. For example, for successful completion of a running fitness class, the student must be able to run 2 miles in 40 minutes. Okay, another example would be 2.4 kilometer run test below 12 minutes. Or if you are to test the football teams, the footballer must able to achieve a blip test score above level 13. So these are what we call criterion reference. Okay, to some characteristic we need to achieve. If the football players, the blip test, for example, is less than level 13, what does this indicate? Indicates that they need to improve their cardio fitness. They need to achieve so that they will be able to be part of the team, right? So yep, criteria. So this is the example of a criterion reference measurement. We have criteria. So if it is 9 or below, so the individual, if you completing blip test with level 9 saja, so you are not enough to keep pace for long games, meaning that you're not really that endurance of the testee or the athletes or those who we tested, not really that fit in terms of cardiovascular, because blip test is to test cardiovascular fitness. If they are above 13, very high fitness level. If it is they reach level 12, minimum requirement for elite level. So this criteria in the level of achievement should be to be considered in selecting a good test. Okay. The second type will be, is it a test norm reference? Norm reference measurement. It is to interpret each individual's performance on a test in comparison with other individuals' performance. The norm for the test are usually reported by gender. We compare by gender, male and female, height and weight, age or grade level. Okay, norms is to compare, right? This is the sample of a norm criterion for a 1-minute push-up test. Okay, a push-up test is to assess the muscular endurance of the upper body. Okay, muscular endurance. So this is the norm reference when there is male and female. Okay, male and female. If you perform, if you age 20 to 29, if you can perform in 1 minute of push-ups non-stop and a good technique, you can perform up to 45. Okay? 45 repetition. Then meaning that you are good. Muscular endurance of upper body is considered good. If it is more than 54, it's considered excellent. However, as the individuals are older, the age will be to be compared with their age group. Okay, if me, I'm 34, so this is my norms that I should refer to. Even though I can perform 35, I am in a good level, but not you. You are, if you perform 35, meaning that you are average. So the age group plays a good roles in norm reference measurement. Same goes to if it is a woman. Okay, sorry, I should compare myself here just now. The female to be in their own group, and as the women is in the older age group, so we can see how poor, what does it mean by poor, average, or good or excellent. Okay, that is norm criteria, norm reference measurement to be compared with age groups, gender. Okay, this is only for push-up test. Right. The second one, validity. Criteria for good test as validity. Valid. It measures what it claims to measure. This is the description, what it means by valid. Okay, it measures what it claims to measure. If a test is designed to measure agility, okay, agility is a skill-related fitness, it should accomplish that objective. Okay, the validity coefficient is the mean through correlation technique. So we have numbers. If the numbers, the maximum is +1, yeah, the closer the value of the correlation test to 1, the higher the validity. Okay, it is measured with R value. Okay, the higher it is, the higher validity. So how do we know it's valid or not? We have correlation techniques, the measurement in numbers. Okay, right. So these are the sample of various kinds of agility tests. There are a lot of agility tests. This type, Illinois agility test. See, agility is the ability to move in different direction in very fast action. Okay, you agile, very highly agile. This one is Illinois agility test. This one is T test. Okay, you start here, go left and right, and the starting. Okay, this is the sample. Right. So this one is zigzag run. Okay, this is zigzag run. Okay, no, this is Illinois. Okay, this is figure 2, the t-test. So which one is more valid? Which one is more suitable? Okay, so if it is measuring agility, it should measure agility, not as something else. Okay, right. So what are the factors affecting validity? The 3 factors here. First, characteristics. Characteristics of the individual being tested affects the validity. The test is valid for individuals of gender, age, and experience, similar to those on whom the test was validated. If this test, agility test, is to be measured for those who 18 and above, not the minority, not for children. So the test is valid for matured ataupun the adults, okay, not for minority. So what characteristics of the individuals you going to test? Another example will be if the test, okay, strength test. Remember the muscular strength, the 1 RM, you put the squat bar here, that you put some load, getting the heavier it is, the stronger you are. That is not valid. Could be not valid for those who are very young athletes, cannot do 1 RM. They are not for them. So this characteristic we need to understand. It will affect validity. So the test that you choose should be depends on the variables, that gender, age, experience. Okay. And second one, reliability. The test must be reliable to be valid. The more reliable it is, the more valid it is. There are two, the correlation between reliability and validity. Right? If it is the test cannot be reliable, not reliable at all, so meaning that it's not valid. The results produced not valid. Okay? The procedure that you give to your testee, they must be very clear. If not, the validity will be affected. Giving example, okay? The most basic instruction that you give from starting line of speed test, mungkin the speed test or agility test. 3, 2, 1. So who the individual will start, the athletes will start to run, or you are using whistle. So which one is more suitable to be used to test the speed test? Of course, it is whistle because it is more real life, and then it is more apa ni, lagi awaken the participants when they perform a speed test. So if it is giving the wrong instruction, you're giving the instruction to this group different from the next group but the same test, then the validity will be affected. Okay, make sure the instruction is clear, instruction is correct, and the instruction is standardized. So that's the way we ensure that validity of a test. Okay, this is an example of video. They are going to perform push-up. So let's us have a critique or comments on this. Yep. So what do you think is going to affect the validity of this test or the results they score? It could be the technique. If you realize, these four have different technique. This individual, he performed a full range of motion on the arms flexion. Okay, I repeat it again. If it is this guy, too fast, and this one not fully in the full range of motion. Okay, so that could be affecting the results of the score of the push-up test. It could be depends on the fitness or the experience of the individual in performing the test. So as a tester, we need to give a correct or clear direction. Okay, in doing push-ups, you need to really flex your arm so that it reach 90 degrees, so it considered as 1 reps. Okay, you push, sorry, you exhale and you push. Okay, not letting only your neck to be lowered down, but also the chest, so that the arms flex 90 degrees, then consider 1 rep. Those who not performing up to 90 degrees is not counted as 1 rep. So that's to be ensure to make sure the test is valid. Okay, so the third one, reliability. Reliability is described as consistency of a test. Consistency. Okay, you should obtain approximately the same result regardless of the number of time it is given. That's why in a testing, if you realize during our school days, our teacher, even nowadays, we are required to perform more than one measurement, more than one time. 2, just nice. 3 times, good, because we want to ensure that when we repetitively taking the measurement, a simple measurement, body weight or body height, 3 kali. Okay, if we reach the same score, we measure the same number, so it is the scores that we should record. Okay, right? A high degree of validity must have high degree of reliability. The higher validity, the higher reliability, and vice versa. And it is tested by coefficient correlation. Okay, the closer it is to 1, the more reliable the test. Right? So these are the factors affecting reliability. The method of scoring. The more objective the test, the higher the reliability. The test should be tested in objective way. We produce numbers to it, not simply as good, oh okay, bad, not really that, that was very subjective. We don't want to hear that. If it is objective, we need that. Okay, you can perform 20-meter jumping. Oh, 20 meter. I can perform 10. So what does it indicate? I'm poorer in jumping than you, because you score 20 meter, I score 10 meter. So it is objectively scored by using that number, the measurement, the unit they use. Okay, it is the more reliable the test. Okay, second one, the heterogeneity of the group. it should be based on the same group. They should produce a similar a group of individuals that we are going to test have a similar characteristic. If they are all footballers, when you give testing, oh okay, they produce towards the same score. If I am not a footballer, I'm a layman, mungkin not really playing sports, then you want to compare ataupun you bring me to do the fitness test along with footballers, somewhat not reliable. I cannot, because that's not my, it's not heterogeneity of the group. I'm not as level as that athletes. That's for example. Okay. The third one, administrative procedure. Direction also must be very clear. Individuals should be ready and then must be motivated, and they perform the test in the same way. Testing environment should be favorable to a good performance. If you test the blip test on the running track, everyone must be tested in that track. If you're testing the agility on a football field, the grass, the turf, the artificial turf, everyone must perform in that. You cannot ask A, you go for the concrete surface. B, you go for the sand surface. No, that will be affecting the reliability. Same place, same time. Yep, that matters. If it is morning, okay, individuals should be ready, at least with the warming up if it is necessary, so that they are really the muscles are ready to perform a very quality range of motion. Okay, right. So this still in the topic of reliability. Test for blip test in day 1 and test again in day 2. You test in day 1, test in day 2. Interval 3 days. The gap, day 1, day 2. Would you produce the same result? Would you obtain the same score? If you obtain the same score, meaning that the result is reliable, the test is reliable. That is consistency. If, for example, day 1, they produce blip test 15, day 2, 10, that's too obvious. What happened? Even 3 days gap, that's not a long gap, and it's the gap of the interval should not be too high. This is proven by a study done by Raya 2015. They do, you can refer what the articles is doing. They prove that reliability of agility test 3, Adrian side step test, T-test, and Illinois. Can read. Okay, so in deciding which test is to be choose, reliability is one of it. Okay, the fourth one, objectivity. When two persons administer the same test to the same group and obtain the same result, meaning that test is very good. That test has objectivity character. For example, will be true false. I give the test. If it is true false test to you, ataupun Mr. A or Mr. B give you the test, the same result will be obtained. Doesn't matter who conduct it. I conduct, you conduct, with the same instruction, with the same place, same environment, same equipment, produce the same result. That test is objective. Okay? Ataupun multiple choice question. The test, you punya quiz, exam, they have a high objectivity. A, B, C, D. The answer will be A, B, C, D. Okay? If it is subjective, that's the matters of non-objectivity. Okay? But in caution, the quality performance of gymnasts, diving, and figure skating are not. They're not objective, but the judges are still giving the judgment by using figure 0 until 10. That is why more than one judge needed to assess gymnasts, diving, and figure skating, because it tries to meet the objectivity of that sport. The fifth one, criteria of a test, administrative feasibility. If the two tests are fairly equal in validity, reliability, and objectivity of following administrative should be considered. Okay, you should consider the cost. Some testing is very costly. Some testing is very cheap. So these things should be considered in choosing what type of test that you're going to perform, to conduct for your athletes. Second one, time. Do you have time? Okay, and the is, how easy it is. Do we need expert to conduct it, or it needs only a general instructor? Okay, and the scoring, available or not, is it easy to score, and the norms, right? So administrative feasibility should be taken care of the factors is to select a good test. Okay. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, do you know how to conduct a fitness test? That's why in your assessment, I ask you to choose tasks that are doable at home. Very simple one. Okay, it is feasible, not costly, not time consuming, and is that can be learned. Not difficult instruction needed. Okay, answer your own. Thank you.